Do you ever feel like a stranger to yourself? Have you ever felt a surge of anger or sadness that seemed to come from nowhere? Do you sometimes react to situations in ways that surprise even you? Many people experience these feelings. They may be rooted in inherited family trauma. This is a cycle of emotional and psychological wounds passed down through generations. Understanding this complex issue can be the first step toward healing and growth. Inherited family trauma, also known as generational trauma, refers to the emotional and behavioral patterns passed down from our ancestors. These patterns can be deeply ingrained, often without us even realizing their origins. They can influence how we react to stress, how we form relationships, and even how we perceive the world around us. The trauma experienced by our forebears can leave an indelible mark on our psyche, shaping our lives in profound ways. Imagine a family where a grandparent survived a war. The horrors and hardships they endured don't just disappear, they linger in the background, subtly influencing the family dynamics. The fear, the anxiety, and the survival instincts developed during those times can be passed down, affecting how future generations cope with their own challenges. Their trauma, though unspoken, can impact their children and grandchildren. The silence around these traumatic experiences can create an environment of unspoken tension and unresolved emotions. Children growing up in such environments may sense this tension and internalize it, even if they don't fully understand its source. This can lead to a cycle of emotional suppression and confusion that perpetuates through generations. This can manifest as anxiety, depression, or even physical ailments. The body often carries the burden of unresolved trauma, leading to chronic stress-related conditions. These physical symptoms can be baffling, especially when there's no apparent cause, yet they are a testament to the deep-seated impact of generational trauma. These experiences shape our beliefs and behaviors in ways we may not even realize. The coping mechanisms developed by our ancestors can become our own, influencing our reactions and decisions. We might find ourselves repeating patterns of behavior that seem inexplicable, yet they are rooted in the survival strategies of those who came before us. Recognizing the presence of inherited trauma in our lives is crucial for understanding ourselves and breaking free from its grip. By acknowledging these patterns, we can begin to unravel the complex web of emotions and behaviors that have been passed down. This process often involves seeking help, whether through therapy, support groups, or self-reflection. It's a journey that requires courage and patience, but the rewards are immense. It is a journey of self-discovery and healing that can lead to a more fulfilling and authentic life. By addressing and healing from inherited trauma, we not only improve our own well-being but also pave the way for future generations to live free from the shadows of the past. This journey is about reclaiming our lives, finding peace, and creating a legacy of resilience and hope. The impact of trauma can extend far beyond lived experiences. When we think about trauma, we often consider the immediate emotional and psychological effects on the individual who experienced it. However, the repercussions can ripple through generations, affecting not just the person who endured the trauma but also their children, grandchildren, and even great-grandchildren. Scientific research, particularly in the field of epigenetics, reveals that trauma can actually alter our DNA. Epigenetics is the study of how behaviors and environment can cause changes that affect the way genes work. Unlike genetic changes, epigenetic changes are reversible and do not change your DNA sequence, but they can change how your body reads a DNA sequence. These changes don't modify the genetic code itself. Instead, they influence how genes are expressed. This means that while the underlying DNA sequence remains the same, the way certain genes are turned on or off can be altered by traumatic experiences. This can lead to changes in behavior, stress responses, and even physical health. This means that traumatic experiences can have a biological impact that can be passed on to future generations. For instance, a pregnant woman who experiences significant stress or trauma can pass on these epigenetic changes to her unborn child. This child may then be more susceptible to stress and anxiety, even if they never experienced trauma themselves. For example, studies on the descendants of Holocaust survivors have shown altered stress hormone production. These descendants often have lower levels of cortisol, a hormone that helps the body respond to stress. This altered hormone production can make them more vulnerable to anxiety, depression, and PTSD. This suggests an inherited biological vulnerability to anxiety and PTSD. It's not just the psychological scars that are passed down, but also a biological predisposition to these conditions. This can create a cycle of trauma that continues through generations, making it crucial to understand and address these issues. Understanding the science behind generational trauma helps us grasp its profound and lasting impact on individuals and families. By recognizing the biological and psychological effects of trauma, we can develop better strategies for healing and prevention. This knowledge empowers us to break the cycle of trauma, offering hope for future generations to live healthier, more resilient lives. Identifying inherited trauma can be challenging because it often manifests in subtle ways. Some common signs include unexplained fears or anxieties, difficulty forming secure attachments, and a pattern of negative self-talk. Additionally, chronic feelings of shame, guilt, or worthlessness can also indicate inherited trauma. Pay attention to recurring patterns in your life, especially those related to relationships, emotional regulation, and self-perception. Recognizing these signs is an act of self-compassion. It allows you to approach your healing journey with clarity and purpose. Breaking free from the cycle of inherited trauma is possible. It requires courage, self-awareness, and a commitment to healing. The first step is acknowledging the presence of inherited trauma in your life. This acknowledgement is not about blame but about taking ownership of your healing journey. Once you recognize the patterns, you can begin to challenge and change them. Remember, healing is not a linear process. It is a journey with ups and downs, breakthroughs and setbacks. Be patient with yourself and celebrate each step you take towards breaking free. Section 6. Rewriting the narrative. Therapy and self-discovery. Therapy plays a vital role in healing from inherited trauma. A skilled therapist can provide a safe and supportive space for you to explore your family history. They can help you understand the root causes of your emotional and behavioral patterns. They can also equip you with tools and techniques to manage triggers and develop healthier coping mechanisms. In addition to therapy, self-discovery practices like journaling, meditation, and mindfulness can be incredibly beneficial. These practices foster self-awareness, emotional regulation, and a deeper understanding of your inner world. Section 7. Cultivating resilience. Building a brighter future. Healing from inherited trauma is about more than just addressing the past. It's also about building resilience for the future. This means developing healthy coping mechanisms for stress and difficult emotions. Engage in activities that bring you joy, connect with supportive people, and prioritize self-care. Remember that you are not defined by your past. You have the power to create a brighter future for yourself and for generations to come. By cultivating resilience, you can break free from the cycle of trauma and create a legacy of healing. Section 8. Embracing hope. You are not alone. Healing from inherited trauma can feel isolating, but you are not alone. Millions of people around the world are on this journey with you. Connect with support groups or online communities to share your experiences, find strength in others' stories, and offer encouragement on your healing journey. Remember, seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. By embracing hope and connecting with others, you can navigate the challenges of healing and create a life filled with authenticity and joy. Section 9. A legacy of healing, creating a new generation. Breaking free from inherited trauma is a powerful act of healing, not just for yourself but for future generations. It is a journey that requires courage, self-awareness, and a deep commitment to change. When you decide to confront the pain and patterns that have been passed down through generations, you are making a conscious choice to end the cycle of suffering. This act of bravery not only liberates you, but also sets a new precedent for those who come after you. By addressing your own wounds, you are stopping the cycle of trauma from being passed down. This process often involves seeking therapy, engaging in self-reflection, and sometimes even having difficult conversations with family members. It is about understanding the root causes of your pain and finding ways to heal. As you work through your own issues, you are not only healing yourself, but also creating a healthier environment for your children and grandchildren. You are creating a new legacy for your children and grandchildren, a legacy of emotional health, resilience, and hope. This new legacy is built on the foundation of love, understanding, and mutual respect. It is about teaching the next generation the importance of emotional well-being and providing them with the tools they need to navigate life's challenges. By doing so, you are giving them the gift of a brighter, more hopeful future. Your journey of healing can inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect that transforms lives for generations to come. When others see the positive changes in your life, they may be inspired to embark on their own healing journeys. This collective movement towards healing can create a more compassionate and understanding society. It is about building a community where people support each other in their efforts to break free from the past and create a better future. Embrace the power you have to break free from the past and create a brighter future filled with love, understanding, and emotional well-being. Remember, every step you take towards healing is a step towards a better world for yourself and those who come after you. It is a journey worth taking, and the rewards are immeasurable. So take that first step today and start creating a new generation of emotional health and resilience.